Peace.
Peace, everybody. Peace, peace.
Welcome to Substantial Sundays. I'm Substantial. This is the brother Sherm the Barber. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. How the hell was your weekend?
Pretty decent. I'm still not.
Yeah, it was pop in a sec.
I had a pretty decent weekend. I didn't do too much. Today, me and a buddy of mine took our kids out to the Smithsonian down in Washington. They had an arcade festival there. They had games from they had what would appear to have been the first computer in there. Like it was real cool, man. They had some real dope stuff in there. They had some game developers there that were trying to develop these new games, basically to turn living spaces into interactive game spaces, like kind of like you're living in a video game type thing. Mm-hmm. What else was going on? Then they just had every other great classic video game from back in the day. It was real cool. Could have been organized a little better, but it was real cool, man. We enjoyed ourselves, and it was for the boys, so they had fun.
Hey, look, that's all it comes down to,
Yeah.
Hey, peace. What's up, everybody? For those of you just tuning in, this is Substantial Sundays. Again, I'm Substantial. This is Sherm the Barber. Do us a favor, make sure you say peace. Let us know where you're tuning in from. And the most important piece, and I can't stress it enough, please share the link. As always, I'm going to lead by example and do that. So my weekend was it was an emotional roller coaster. So Thursday night, got to Brooklyn, New York. Friday, linked up with the homie Tone Deaf, Deacon the Villain, and we was just hanging out at Tone's crib all day, just chopping it up, catching up. Cause I've seen Tone probably a few months back. We talk pretty often, but I hadn't seen Deacon the Villain, and I don't think I've seen these dudes since 2013. It's been a grip. I've talked to them since then. No, I'm lying. I've seen No on the West Coast. But that was I think the last time all us four had all hung together was 2013. But I seen No and them out on the West Coast on tour and stuff. We did a couple shows with them, I think back 2014, 2015, something. But outside of that, I don't get to see the homies that often. So it was pretty dope, man, hanging out with them. Hope y'all had a great weekend as well. Hey, Calvin, man, thanks for jumping in. Christopher, peace to you.
What up, Chris?
All right, Sir Sebastian, peace. He said, be honest, how many katanas do you own? None. I got kids. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
That question came from the sacrifice cover.
Right. Yeah. And see, even that wasn't a katana. That was a microphone. You know what I'm saying? And then a fountain pen that we photoshopped in the image. So I don't own any katanas. I am sorry to disappoint you. I would like to own some. I've definitely seen a few I wanted to buy, but I'm up here trying to be the responsible dude and not have a red katana in the crib for the time my wife and daughter have an argument. You know what I'm saying? And I'm in the middle baby, no! And you know what I'm saying, one hand stand. That's gonna be my new rap name. But yeah, man. So linked up with them Saturday. Unfortunately, a homie of ours had passed away. He lost his fight with pancreatic cancer, so we had to bury him. Well, not bury him. He was cremated actually. So we spent some time with his family, man. It was dope to see all the people that came out for this dude. He was a really good dude,
Artist or just
not just artist, just a friend of the family, man. My wife's family in New York. They've been tight with him for years, and so I knew him because I was always around, obviously. And real good brother, man. Great father. You know what I mean? Really great father, great husband. Unfortunate that we lost him at I don't even think he was 50. You know what I mean?
He was a little older than that.
Yeah, a little bit older than that. It's probably maybe 10 years older than that. You know what I mean? But still, that's still young.
Yeah, that's still,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So rest in peace to the brother, my man Paul, man. Really good dude. He actually went to high school with Oak. You know what I mean? So that was one of the coolest moments I remember kicking it with him. My manager went to drop me. Oak is my former manager. He also used to manage Pac FM. he dropped me at the crib up in Brooklyn at the family crib, and then Paul happened to be there, and they saw each other, and it was just like that was dope. You know what I mean? They went to I forget the name of the high school, but like a lot of your favorite rappers from Brooklyn all went to this high school. So these dudes knew like everybody back in the day. They went to school with Chip Fu and stuff and Boosh niggas. So that's how like Oak when he saw Chip Fu, they just hit it off. So you know, yeah, man. But so outside of that, you know, dropped by New Eurekans Poet Cafe, you know, surprised people with a little
legendary.
Yeah, that shit was cool too, man. It's crazy to see that open mic still going. 20 plus years, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, and it's still hosted by the same people, the homies Wise Guy and Gaston. So if
that's
you're
the
in
thing
New York
about
City,
New
check
York.
that out.
The culture, like certain culture doesn't go anywhere. Like you'll see in DC, like you'll see things come and go. Like the open mics come and go. Like it'll be a fad for a second, and then next thing you know, it's people going back to lounges. But like you go to New York, it's certain shit that's just there.
Yeah.
It's not going anywhere. No matter how much they gentrify, no matter how much they change the surroundings. Like even the people that come there, even the people that the gentrifies, I don't know.
Right.
Shit.
Right.
So
The
even
gentrifiers.
the gentrifiers.
The colonizers, right?
There we go. Even they're like, hey, that shit's cool. Let's keep that. So,
Yeah.
that's the cool shit about New York, man. It's got some real, like, ingrained culture.
That's real. What was it? I answered a couple quick questions, but we're gonna try to save that for the Q&A section. So we're gonna do that a little bit further into the show. But real quick, Sir Sebastian was asking if I'm ever gonna do a collab with Fat John or anybody from 5D's crew. Yeah, I mean, I've collaborated with Pace Rock a few times. Fat John, I've hit him up. He knows I'm down. You know, like he's a dude that like he's very like we feel each other's stuff, but he's very particular. Like he's the type where he'll be with it 1 second, but because he's trying to get certain things in order, he'll backpedal a little bit. It's never like nobody ever like I never take it personal. I just understand like you know how the biz be. So but yeah, there's definitely been interest in us doing more stuff together. It just hasn't happened. You know what I mean? My man Chris Shear up here.
Yeah, what's
Peace,
up,
brother.
Chris?
Yeah, man. I would love to get the kids into Kung Fu. You know what I'm saying?
We got Calvin Williams.
All right, Calvin.
What up, Calvin?
I think I said peace to Calvin already. Hey, Calvin, hopefully you got that package, man. I
I
definitely.
think he said he did.
He did?
Somewhere
Okay.
close. Somebody was saying that they received the package.
Wonderful. I think we
Yeah,
should start
Calvin
doing
Williams,
that.
yeah.
Maybe every week, man. Like try to do like some type of little trivia thing and
I
do a
was
giveaway.
thinking about that the other
Yeah.
day, man. I was thinking the
Yeah.
same thing.
So you know what? We're gonna do another trivia joint at some point in time before the show is over. I'll think of a random question and then you can win this week.
Yeah, because you the hip hop historian.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's never going to be easy. I just need you to know that, right? I'm gonna make you work for it because today's package, I'm gonna give you the substantial the triple pack of vinyl. That's what we'll do. You know what I'm saying? That's like.
That's what you gonna do for the.
That's what I'm gonna do for the people. That's like $75 worth of vinyl right there. You know what I mean?
Pretty nice
So
trivia
that's
question there, man.
first album, second album, and my fourth album on vinyl, autographed. Cost you nothing. You just gotta get the answer right.
Do I need
later
to
in the show.
participate?
Nah, you don't, because you got two of the albums like right here. This is right.
Shoot
Damn
that
it,
shot.
Sherm. No, Shamar. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so we're gonna do that later in the show. All you gotta do is stick around and have the right answer. Whoever gets it first, yeah, man. You know, we'll make it happen. Calvin, I'm a giver, damn it. You know what I'm saying? Try to look out for the people. So you know, if you get it right again, you can hook. I know you got like everything, so you can keep hooking your homies up. You know what I'm saying? You're doing a service for the community right there. Yeah. So hey, we're gonna start shop talk. Get right into it.
All right, so well, all I got this week is Buddy. I think that's really all I've come across. I mean, the internet. I know the internet dropped the album.
Yes. Yeah.
I didn't listen to that yet. I've heard a couple songs that sound great. I heard I saw a couple videos too that were good.
I haven't seen the videos yet.
I've been kind of rocking with. I've been kind of waiting on Buddy because he dropped a couple of EPs earlier in the year. One dropped earlier in the year. I don't know when the other one came out. It was one they did with K Tronada called Oceans in Montana, and then there was another one he did, and I can't remember the name offhand. But he's a really dope artist. He's not, he ain't gonna give you. He's not gonna save your life with his bars. He's kind of like I would kind of say he's kind of on that Snoop vibe, like a lot of upbeat songs, and the songs that are that I would say are the more soulful songs. They're really easy to digest. Like it's not a whole bunch of digging through lyrics. It's real straightforward. He's a real fun artist, young dude. He started off with Pharrell actually. He was on a label. Pharrell had a label called I Am Other. But that label collapsed, and so then Buddy went out on his own, and now I don't know what label he's with now, but I definitely give him a listen. It's called Harlan and Alondra, Buddy, Buddy, real dope album. All right, but yeah, that's it. Music's kind of slow right now. They really it's a lot of junk out. And I can't really do anything with the junk right now.
Yeah, man. I've been listening to the Internet album really, really heavy. I heard the singles leading up to it, and then you saw the Sade comment, huh? Right? yeah. We're gonna address that in a second. I've been listening to that a lot. I enjoy the record. It's the one thing I'll say about the Internet, for me, the Internet is just straight vibe music, right? Like, I don't really, every now and then they'll have a song that I'm like, yo, now this one right here is really special, you know what I mean? But for the most part, like when I put this stuff on, it's like I'm coasting, you know what I mean? Like, nothing jumps out too crazy or whatever that I stop everything I'm doing to look and read and do all of that. It's just like I put it on, it's just good vibes, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's like, I would say, this is kind of addressing that question. Sid's not really that much of a singer. She's more of a tone, and it kind of just, to me, it kind of meshes with the instrumentation.
Right.
Like it's
She's
less
like another instrument.
Yeah. It's like, because when her album came out, like I wasn't really feeling it because it's not the Internet. Like, you are good with the Internet. Like there would never be a time when I just want to be like, I just want to hear naked Sid lyrics. Right. I just want to hear Sid do, what's the word? Acapella vocals. No, thank you.
Yeah.
But she's dope. She's a dope artist, but she's like you said, they're good vibe music, and because when you start listening to the lyrics at times, it's like.
Yeah, and so that's where I gotta disagree with you, Sebastian.
Super ultra disagree.
Yeah, because I like Sid. I actually like her a lot, but I think the major difference in a Sade versus Sid or whatever is the lyrics, the lyrical content. Like when you really listen, and then like Sade's music, she can give you like fully produced stuff, but if you listen to a lot of her stuff, it's very stripped away. So like her voice really is like pushed to the forefront, and you can really hear every word. Where like when I listen to the Internet, I feel like Sid blends in with the music so much. It's almost like the lyrics don't even matter. And then when you do hear the lyrics, it's usually nothing to write home about. You know what I mean? Now don't get it twisted. It doesn't make their vibe any less dope. You know what I'm saying? Because their bass is for real.
Jeff Lacey with his crazy looking stuff, man. That dude's wardrobe is out of this world, man.
Low key, man, that bass is like, the bass lines be doing it for me. Like the track starts and the drums will be cool. That bass hit, and I'm like, damn, that is a bad.
He actually has an album of his own, I believe. I don't know if it's more than one, but I know he has an album.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, he tries to sing too.
Yeah.
Like I like that wave though. I like the vibe things. Like it's like I hope nobody thinks we're taking any shots.
Not at all.
It's not shots at all.
I play the hell out of their music.
Oh yeah, and I have everything that they've done. So it's like it's not shots.
What's your favorite Internet album? Say it on 3. 1, 2, 3. Ego Death.
Yeah, I couldn't think of the name of it. Yeah, I was gonna say Ego LMA, but that's an artist.
Right. Yeah, Ego Death.
Yeah, Ego Death.
Yeah, that's my
favorite one. Yeah.
I like it when they work with K Tronada, man. Like, K Tronada, that nigga makes everything better.
Yeah,
K Tronada's dope. He's really, really dope.
That dude's project was off the hook too.
Yeah, K-Tronada joint was amazing. I can't wait for him to drop some more stuff. I'm constantly looking for what he's gonna do next. Hey. And he's Haitian. You know what I'm saying? I'm not Haitian. I am Haitian by association. I married a Haitian woman, so I got my honorary member of the community card. You know what I'm saying? But he's Haitian.
From chef shop thing, man.
Okay, it'll win.
Man, I was on YouTube yesterday.
Uh-huh.
I don't like these guys.
Okay.
But they got a video that, man, I felt like I needed to go to church after I saw this video and pray for my sins. Tiger has a video with the Migos. I don't know what this video is called.
Right.
But bruh, oh my God, it is so much filth on filth.
Filth
on female.
Filth.
Oh my God,
right.
Female persuasion.
Yeah.
I would recommend you look it up. I would recommend all lovers of women look this video up.
Oh,
it was magical. I felt like I was 17 again watching this video. I felt like I was watching BET Uncut. It is fantastic.
Right.
I'm done.
I think only the last Tiger thing I saw was that makes it sound like it was a long time ago. I saw the new joint. Him and Iggy Azalea have a joint together.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean the video sounds like it's like similar though. It's Tiger, so like all of his stuff.
I think that's kind of what he's into.
Yeah, not really my cup of tea, but I understand why people like it. You know what I mean?
Sid's really going in with this Sade thing.
Hey, young, hey, look, hey, you love who you love, bro. I mean, I've been listening. I don't know. I can see why you feel that way, but I really don't feel like.
The only thing I can see is the fact that sometimes when she sings, they kind of carry the same tone at times. That's all I could. The writing's not there. I mean, I guess you could. She has a great band.
Mm-hmm. That's a similarity, right?
That's about as far as it goes.
Right.
You know what I mean? But hey, man, Sebastian.
You like it? I love it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. What up, Shu?
Peace, Shu. What's going on? Hey, Garab or Garav?
Garav.
I'm not sure if I'm saying your name right. I apologize if I got it wrong. But to answer your question, hold on. The question is, just had a question. How come so many rappers rap about how they're better than other rappers? What's the point of doing that? Now, I love it when people ask that question. So, because here's the thing, right? Oftentimes, and I'm not judging you, I don't know you, but oftentimes when I see people ask that question, certain people who ask it, like, if you say you love real hip hop, right? Like, and you understand what the essence of hip hop is, what it was, where it comes from, the culture that created it, right? Like, then you understand why rappers do that. And you have to understand that has literally been something that's been a part of the culture since the 70s. It's not like it's a new thing where rappers like just started battling. Battling has been a part of the culture of hip hop since the very beginning. So that is never something that, like, when I hear it or whatever, it's just like a turn off for me. Because for me, that's part of the essence of this culture. Like, hip hop has always been a political tool and always been a means for young people to tell what's going on in their community. But at the same time, a part of it is very much like sport, where people sharpen their swords in a manner that's not violent. Right? They might speak violence through their words, but as opposed to being out in the street trying to kill each other, you know what I mean? Like, basically they get on the mic and they take digs at each other just to see who's the most clever, who can be the most clever on the spot.
Well, then too, I could see it kind of just imagine it almost originating from where, like, it's an individual sport, and you want everybody that walks past you want them to like you. You want them to enjoy your music and hopefully pay you for your music. So if I'm not telling you that I'm better than the next guy, why would you then buy what I'm selling you? So if I could see it kind of starting from, I'm better than this dude, and then it's like, okay, well, how are you better than this dude? All right, well, let me put it in a song. Now it's in a song, dude, here's the song, now it's back, now you got a battle. So I mean, when you got an individual sport, I mean, you gotta promote yourself, and that's basically what it is. It's promoting yourself. So,
and you have to understand too that hip hop, like at its essence, it's basically always been like the voice of the youth. right? And all of us remember growing up or whatever and constantly competing with the person that you called your friend. This, like me and this dude, known each other since 5th grade, you know what I mean? And there's always like little things that friends can kind of compete, whether who got the freshest sneakers, you know what I mean? Like who's dressed better that particular day or whatever, like competing for girls back in the day, you name it, dude. And I'm talking about friends, people who like each other. These are things that like boys in particular and girls too have like naturally done even before rap music existed. So it's that competitive nature has always kind of been a part of being young, right? And even as we grow older or whatever, the whole idea of keeping up with the Joneses. Listen, your neighbor's got a nice yard, now you got to step your yard up. Your neighbor got a nice car, you looking at your car like, I got to get a nicer car. So I think it's not like it's this thing that's exclusively rap. Right. It's just like rap is just direct with it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just right to it. And then again, you have to understand that like people don't even understand that the birth of hip hop is directly connected with gang culture. These same people that helped lay the foundation for hip hop were like ex-gangbangers, you know what I mean? And this was their alternative or whatever to being out on the streets and physically like hurting each other and killing each other. And so they battled, and like DJs battled to have the best mixtapes or whatever. MCs battled to have the best rhymes. And keep in mind, even when they were battling against each other, they were doing it to make their DJ look good initially, you know what I mean? Yeah. And then B-boys or whatever came into the party trying to outdance the person across it, trying to outdance the next crew. Graph artists were trying to outdo it's hip hop. Like you might not like it, but it depends on why you listen to it. If you're a person who's kind of a casual listener and just listens because you like good music and you like all types of good music, then if you come into rap and you hear that, it's a turn off for some people because you're not that's probably something that you really weren't accustomed to when you listen to your other stuff. And again, I don't know you, but I get that question a lot. My answer is almost always the same because I'm a dude who, even when I make an album, I'll make all of these conscious songs, but I'll put 1 or 2 tracks on there just to remind dudes. It's like, hey, I have this nice sword in my collection, you know, and I usually don't pull it out and it just collects dust some days, but some days you know what I'm saying? It's just to let people know. And so why do martial artists spar? You know what I mean? Like why you might start taking martial arts for self-defense and to better develop your body, right? And your mind, right? But ultimately, you go out here and test yourself, right? By competing against another person. And that's how you grow, that's how you get better. Fact of the matter is, for some of the deeper songs I do, you probably wouldn't like some of the things I do musically had I not spent so much time in ciphers and battles, like sharpening my skills, getting my metaphors, my punchlines, my delivery, my flows, all of these things tight, because being a battle MC, that's what that pushed me to get better on a technical level, which, you know, I feel like made my music overall stronger. So that was a super long-winded answer, and that's how we usually put the Q&A later. But it's not a simple question. I think, you know, there's levels to this shit. You know what I mean? So anyway, there it is. Got it. Thanks. Didn't realize there was a history behind it. Absolutely. Hey man, I appreciate you for even hanging in there and letting me finish that long-winded ass answer. So I sent you some trailers, bro. So yeah. So for those who don't know, this weekend was Comic-Con out in San Diego. It's on my bucket list. I have yet to go, but whether I'm an old man with a cane or I make it happen next year, I will be going to Comic-Con, so I can check that on my bucket list. So whenever it's Comic-Con going on, they release like crazy trailers for different shows coming up, different movies. And so we got some pretty dope trailers that came out over the last few days. I sent this brother a few links because, you know, I was on it the second those came out. The way he is with music, that's how I am with like film and shows. So of the 3 joints, like I listed the 2 that I know were our favorites. But start with your favorite of the 3.
My favorite is Glass.
Yeah.
Because I was always like, everybody hated on Unbreakable. Well, not everybody, but a lot of folks hated on Unbreakable. I've always loved that movie.
Yeah, Unbreakable is my shit. I love it.
Then what's the name? What's that new one with the multiple personality dude?
Split.
Then Split comes out.
Yes.
See the end of Split, and it's like, holy fuck. what is going on here?
Yeah.
Why is Bruce Willis at the end of Split?
Right.
Then they come with this, so it's like, yo, this, like, yeah, I want to see Aquaman. The trailer didn't really arouse any of my desire to go see it that much, but that could mean that they got so much going on that they don't want to give a whole lot up.
Right.
Shazam looks like it's going to be like,
hold on. So I'm gonna pause you right there, cause I got some shit to say about Glass. Let me say some stuff.
Oh,
about
my bad.
Glass.
Yeah, I'm jumping in. My bad.
So look. So yeah, man. Everything you said, you know what I'm saying. But like, I am just happy to see, because M. Night Shyamalan was like one of these dudes that, you know, he started off great, and then he had some misses. And then I think, like, you know, when certain directors start having misses, people just write them off, like they're incapable of doing, you know what I mean, like great things again. And so it's like Homeboy like took his time and then just came back with like some really strong stuff. And then when he ties it in to Unbreakable, dog, because I was definitely one of those people when I was meeting people who didn't like Unbreakable, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I love Unbreakable.
Like,
I saw that shit on Christmas Day, nigga. Like Christmas Day, got Chinese food after with Isaiah and proceeded to talk about that joint for 2 to 3 hours afterwards. You know what I mean? Like, shout out to Isaiah from the other guys. But yo, I love Unbreakable, and so seeing him create a universe around Unbreakable and deliver like sequels to this joint, like continuing that story, I am so excited, man. Yeah. So excited about that.
We got a newcomer in the building. It's Nick Fit. Hello.
How you doing? Right. Hey, Nathan. You know what I'm saying? What was it? Someone put a random joint up there. We're gonna disregard that. People hated on The Village. I love The Village as well. I thought The Village was really dope.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Did you guys get a chance to see Sorry to Bother You? No. Still, we just had the conversation. We're gonna figure that out in the next few days. Our schedules have been crazy. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we are
dropping the ball on that.
Yeah.
And please understand that it's not because we don't want to see it, because we've been talking about it for weeks.
It's just life.
Yeah, life. You know what I mean? Grown man.
We gotta do that this week though. Man.
Yeah,
like real shit. We gotta do that this week.
Christopher, I missed your question, brother. Do me a favor. Send it through again. I'm sure Sherm will find it before I will, but send it through again. And so you mentioned the other trailers that we checked out. I agree with you. I wasn't blown away by Aquaman. You know what it is? Here's my thing with DC Comics, right? Like, number one, I think people are a little over the top with how they've been judging their movies, because I think the word trash is overused. Like, people like say something garbage in a heartbeat, when the fact of the matter is certain things just be like, it's okay.
It's okay, yeah,
right?
Yeah, but because you expect so much of it,
right?
You know what
I'm saying? That was the skull of the earth. Feel like, nah, dog, like it wasn't that deep. It was just okay, and you know, it was just okay. But like, I feel like Aquaman, like the trailer wasn't bad, right? I really liked the part where the different fish or whatever in the aquarium.
That was a cool part.
That was a cool shit. I think that's dope. I'm excited to see them with Black Mantis in there or whatever. It's like his costume look crazy. So I'm interested to see where things go, but I'm cautious as hell with everything DC, because sometimes they are great at making trailers, dog. DC Comics makes great fucking trailers. I don't care if you like the movie or not. You can't tell me that when you saw the first Suicide Squad trailer,
what? Yeah.
I was like, hey, this might be the best movie ever. You know what I'm saying? And then you saw it, and then, I mean, and that was another movie where people were like, yo, it was garbage. And then I saw it, I was like, yo, it was alright. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't like the greatest joint I'd ever seen, but for me, it wasn't a bad movie.
I'm definitely guilty of that.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes. Hey, this dude will make a scene. You know what I'm saying?
You asked me a little while later, like, it wasn't that bad.
Right.
Like, well, what were you doing on? I'm like, dog, it's for effect. It's hyperbolic. That's what I do with arguments.
Is the king of that shit. He will do everything except knock shit over. Come on, dog. Only thing missing is throwing everything off the table. Like, oh, that shit was trash. Give my money back. You know what I'm saying? Like, but dude, yeah, nah. I just think the Aquaman joint, I I don't know. I'm cautious about it. I don't think it's gonna be trash, but I wasn't impressed like that when I saw the trailer.
It seems like it's gonna be a really it seems like it's gonna be a real simple movie. It seems like the fact that they showed so much of the kids, it seems like they're gonna kind of gear it more towards kids. I think kind of a simpler plot. Keep a real service level. Oh, did you catch Chris's question?
He said, about A. June and JB. I got you. We're gonna finish up about the trailers, and then I got you next. So the other joint we love, Shazam.
I'm waiting for that. That looks like fun.
I feel like DC got it right with that.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I felt the same way. As a matter of fact, I actually said that after the trailer went on. I said, I think they finally got it.
It's because, DC has been, like, a lot of their films have been really, really dark. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Consistently dark. And so, like, I think with this, like, it's a departure from that. It kind of reminds me of Big with Tom Hanks from back in the day, but as a superhero.
Yeah, it does give off that. Yeah. That's probably.
I'm a movie.
That's right. It definitely says Big all over it.
Right. And so I think that's going to be interesting. The guy, I forget the actor's name, but the brother that's playing, the man that's playing the villain in the movie, he's a great actor. He gets cast he gets typecast, pardon me, a lot of times as villains because that motherfucker just looks like the villain. The guy who's the villain, he has he was in I feel like he was in Rock and Roll or whatever. He was in Kick-Ass. He's the dude's father or whatever, who's the villain in the first Kick-Ass movie. I forget the actor's name. British dude. Yeah, but I like him. So he's the villain. I don't know if you know this, but The Rock is supposed to be Adam later in the next Shazam movie. Like, he's supposed to be the next villain. Yeah, basically Shazam's opposite or whatever. So they got a lot of things going on with Shazam. They got the right actor for it. You know what I mean? Because that dude plays a man-child in a lot of his movies. So yeah, man, I think it's gonna be dope. I'm really excited for that, Joe. My daughter was more hyped than I was, and so. I already knew we was going to see it, but when I saw that, I was like, there it is. Daddy-daughter date night, let's get it popping. So look, transition, get some Q&A in. You good with that?
Yes, because it's a few questions.
Yeah, we got some questions. All right, so first up, A. June and JB, can I talk about them? Of course. So A. June and JB, they are a collaborative production team. One dude is, A. June is from South Korea, and JB, I know it's from somewhere in South America. I forget what country, and I don't want to be misquoted, or I don't want to say the wrong city. But I know he's from South America, and so they're a production team that I've collaborated with maybe 4 to 5 times, something like that. Maybe actually more than that because they've remixed stuff for me too. I haven't worked with them in a few years. It's been a while since I've been in touch with A. June. He was the main one I would talk to. But yeah, man, they were dope. They still are dope. Still making some good music and stuff like that. And maybe we'll see more in the future. I don't know. But shout out to them. Thanks for the question, Chris. Who else we got? Sir Sebastian said people starting to get tired of the Marvel movies. I think there might be a little bit of Marvel fatigue, but just based off of the records that Marvel has set this year alone, it's like just strictly from a numbers standpoint, right? Like looking at the numbers they did this year with Black Panther and Infinity War, if there's Marvel fatigue, I don't know how much we're seeing right now because the numbers are saying the opposite. Now, if you want to bring up Ant-Man and the Wasp, then maybe, but I still got to check their numbers to see how that movie did compared to the first one, and I don't know off the top of my head. But their track record right now in terms of making quality films, I don't know, man. And I'll tell you flat out, where I'm at with it. As long as the movie's good, they gonna keep getting my money. I was looking at the last 10 films that I've gone to see, and almost all of them are Marvel movies or some type of animated thing to take my daughter, obviously. But yeah, I'm quicker to spend my money to see something that is amazing, right? Than I am to just kind of see something this is sad. Me and Early, we'll go see deeper movies and stuff where it's you know, you come out that joint sniffling and shit, you know what I'm saying? I'll see that sometimes, but like, if I'm gonna spend $20 to go to the movie, I don't want to see something that I could have shot with my phone. You know what I'm saying? Or shot with my camera at home. Like, I want to see something that's larger than life. I think when I think about when folks went to the movies when we were younger, like it's kind of an escape, right? Yeah. Like the deeper stuff, I like to see at home a lot of times because I want to be able to process it, minus certain things,
rewind and all that good stuff.
Yes, yeah. Hey, I definitely run stuff back a lot.
So not off subject, but off genre of film. Yeah. I saw Red Sparrow.
Oh yes,
I was not ready.
Yeah, that joint was.
I was not
a lot darker than I thought. Yeah, I did see that.
Ready.
Yeah, I did see Red Sparrow.
Spectacular. Spectacular.
Yeah.
But
that joint was
not ready.
Yeah, that joint was very disturbing. Very disturbing. That movie, hey man, it was one of those movies that when it went off, like when I had to stay up for a little bit. I couldn't just go to sleep.
Yeah, because there's nothing but dark thoughts after that.
Yeah, hey, look, I ain't gonna hit you with no spoilers. It is old. Hey man, look, just don't go get no ideas after watching the movie. Go peeling skin off people. Bruh. This is
man, deli slices off my man.
Come on, son. He said
he held the
deli slices.
When he held the first piece up, I'm like, what is that, cloth? I was like, no, that's a cold cut. That is a cold cut he just took out of his shoulder blade. Yo, if you have not seen Red Sparrow, see it.
It's more like a warm cut. It's more like a warm cut.
Right, because that thing, the body was definitely not dead. Oh my God. And the sound, the sound.
Hey, that joint. Yeah, that was a disturbing movie.
Call it right now. Whoa.
Yeah, that was a disturbing movie. That joint was good though.
Great movie. Great movie. So old girl would never be able to do another Hunger Games ever again.
Right.
Ever. She's done with teenage films after that movie.
Yeah, that joint was crazy. My man Sir said I probably got an entire comic book theme album in the works. Well, I'm not gonna say I don't. You'll just have to see. Right? It says, what's your favorite DC movie among the recent DC Universe movies? Way to keep me from saying what my actual favorites are. You know what I'm saying? Because of course I was gonna say Dark Knight, but
recent.
Yeah, I said recent.
What is that face?
Yeah. Oh no!
God.
I already know I'm gonna catch hate for it, but yo, I like Man of Steel. A lot of people shitting on Man of Steel. I actually thoroughly enjoyed Man of Steel. Like, I damn near shed a tear watching Man of Steel. So, fun fact, right? You know when I saw it? It was Father's Day. Now, if you're a father and you see Man of Steel,
the hurricane scene or the tornado or whatever,
that shit got me.
Knowing my man,
dog. That shit got me, bro.
You got powers, dog.
And your dad like, nah, son.
Yeah, like don't even.
Like,
yo, ain't ready for it yet. Yeah, that was.
He could have saved them no problem, and even without superpowers and stuff, like, I mean, yo, like real people, man, like. You know, this school that I work with called Oxon Hill Middle School, man, one of the things we do every year is we celebrate like regular folk and we talk about them like they are the real superheroes. And for me, he's the real hero of the film. Like, you know, him trying to hide his son's powers from the world, you know, people argue that he's trying to keep him from being who he truly is, but the fact of the matter is he knows the evils of the world. And so I think every father goes through that. Trying to protect your children from what's out there. The reality of it is, at some point, you can no longer protect them from it, right? But for him, like, knowing what the consequence will be, and knowing that his son is like the most powerful person,
that was a selfless act there,
and to sacrifice himself just to protect his son. You know what I mean? So his son wouldn't have to be looked at as a freak. Like that scene alone, I was like. I looked at I'm looking at people like, yeah, I really don't care what happens next. I don't care if Superman just puts on his cape and then starts breakdancing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not popping the locker right now. This movie is great. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how that scene did it for me, bro. And so, I mean, there's certain things, like, obviously, you know, Superman wasn't the type to kill people in the comics and stuff like that. So, people had a lot of issues with different things. I'm the person that always disagree when they say Superman don't kill people. I'm just like, collateral damage. People die all the time. Just didn't get reported.
He destroyed that
He destroyed Superman destroys buildings
They
every other
destroyed
comic.
the whole metropolis.
Superman
died in that joint,
Superman got probably one of the highest body counts that nobody else.
Right.
I thought I was like,
the camera just cut off like the body cameras on police.
Right. Look, many Instagram videos we see of people like hiking or climbing mountains, and as many times we've seen Superman like cut a mountain in half. You mean he didn't catch nobody?
Wasn't nobody climbing that day.
Wasn't no avalanche that happened on the other side.
Busted out of the, busted up through streets. Wasn't nobody driving that day.
Bare minimum, he killed an elk. You know what I'm saying? Something, a moose, somebody died, son. You know what I'm saying?
But we missed
right.
out on some.
I know we missed a rack of joints.
Christopher, have you heard of the rapper G Yamazawa?
No.
I have, indeed.
Oh, I have it.
He's pretty. Yeah, he's dope. Yeah.
And yes, that's Odyssey. Yes.
Yeah, that is definitely the Odyssey.
Malcolm Jackson, ladies and gentlemen.
What up, Malcolm?
Hey, peace, Malcolm.
Yeah, I definitely like G Yamazawa. I didn't know he was from LA though.
Did you just admit to liking MOS and most? What are we talking about? Hold on, now I gotta burn all my substantial vinyl. Wow. I don't know what we're talking about.
I don't know what most is.
Oh, Man of Steel.
Oh, Man of Steel.
Yes, it did. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Right. What you do?
If the atmosphere begins to change.
Hey, I hate you.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Right. They gotta apologize.
We're gonna move forward.
Right. Yeah, man. Let's say Clark said, peace up, Stan, been here for a hot minute. My question is, I tend to hide any good potential I have because anytime I interact with someone, I make the mistake, then even family dislikes me. What do I do? I'm trying to understand. So I'm gonna read it one more time, just so I'm clear. It says, my question is, I tend to hide any good potential I have because anytime I interact with someone, I make a mistake, and then even family. Okay, I got you. I mean, look, man, look. You know, every now and then we get them deeper questions. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so I guess it's like this. Look, you know, it's always tricky with family. With friends sometimes, or random people, it's a little easier, right? Because you can sometimes control like how much you see them, right? But with family, it's like, especially when it's the people in your home, you know, it's hard to escape. You know what I mean? When you have those type of issues. And obviously, I'm not talking about like, you know, a situation where, you know, you're a lot older, because obviously you have more control. So I don't know how old you are, but I'm assuming maybe you're a little bit younger. But yeah, man, I don't think it's something that you hide. If you know, if you got goodness in your heart, then you're supposed to let it out. You're supposed to share it with the world. Are you really hurting in the end by not sharing it? Even when people come at you in a way that doesn't show love or whatever, and they're just kind of like harsh towards you. I mean, you still gotta be who you are. And sometimes, you know, like that just means that, like, you know, sometimes that means you're gonna have to deal with ridicule. Sometimes that means you're gonna have to deal with people who are just, you know, disrespectful and don't get why you are who you are. But the fact of the matter is, you shouldn't let anyone, including like parents, extended family, whoever, like people, you shouldn't let people change who you truly are. You know, if you're gonna make some changes in your life, it needs to be because that's what you really want to do and that's who you really want to be or who you are. But don't, you know, stop trying to make other people comfortable all the time, man. Unless it's with really good reason, and these are people who genuinely, like, you know, really want the best for you. But if they're just doing it out of spite, just to give you a hard time and make you feel like shit, then, you know, I mean, man, you gotta be true to yourself. And unfortunately, sometimes being true to yourself means kind of like catching a whole lot of shit. You know, I mean, we're definitely dudes that in certain settings have unpopular opinions, right? You know what I mean? And that's okay. Like, we don't always agree, you know what I mean? But I think the reason why our friendship has been able to thrive over the years is because at the end of the day, I understand who he is, and although we don't agree, I still respect his opinion, you know what I mean? And if it really, what he's saying bothers me like that because I care about him, I'll try to say it or give him a different perspective in a way that maybe, even if you don't get it on the spot, he can still try to process it later. You see what I'm saying? But because he cared about me, he, like, even when he really does not agree, he'll still try to listen. You see what I'm saying? And so when you're dealing with people who can't even really listen to you and really aren't even trying to understand, that's a toxic relationship. You know what I mean? And you know, and so, and again, it's tough with family. But
and then you gotta also remember you have to approach all things with a level of humility too. Incoming and outgoing.
Word. Yeah. But yeah, man, Clark, thank you for even sharing that, man. I know sometimes it's tough to open up, especially in this setting. And I see people like, staying in counselor mode. You know, like, you know, because of the type of work I do, it's hard. Like when people hit me with stuff like that, you know, even if we're not on that at the moment, I take the time to address it. Because, like, we're in an environment right now, we're in a climate, I should say, right now, where it's like, people are hurting themselves, you know what I mean? Because a lot of times they're ignored. Or people think, they just brush off people's feelings and just completely disregard those around them. And for certain things that people hit me with, I don't always have the time to address everything that comes my way. But if I do, like, I'm not gonna do that, because your ask today, you might have really opened yourself up, hoping that somebody would hear you. And I might be the last person that you trying to contact or talk to about it. You know what I mean? And you never know. And so it helps me sleep better at night to know that, if I try whenever I get the opportunity to help folks out. You know what I mean? So I appreciate the question again, man. Good luck to you. All right. This is evening and moving process. We're glad I was able to catch it. Hey, Malcolm, it's always great to see you up in here, man. Be you to the fullest. Absolutely, Cal. What I find helps is thinking if this moment / decision will actually matter 10 years from now. Yeah, that's real. That's real.
That's so real.
That's great advice, man. Thank you, Sebastian. Great way of getting perspective. True. Said, ever see yourself doing an entire album where you handle both rapping and production? Yes. So
great question.
Yes. So my next solo album, which will be my 5th official studio album, with the Rapidy Raps, will be fully produced by me. So I've been working on production for it already, and other stuff that I'm working on. So yes, you can count on that. Next year, 2019, you'll get the first fully self-produced substantial album. And hopefully, Mr. Malcolm Jackson, if you're still watching, you will be getting a call, brother, because I really enjoy working with you. And I got some other stuff to talk about with you, Malcolm. I'm just waiting for some information soon, so I'll be in touch. Thank you for that question. Wise words. Where you boys at with your anime watching? You watching any good anime lately? No? Nah? I was watching Lupin the Third the other day. I made a beat sampling Lupin the Third, and I was watching. Oh my God, I forget the full title of the movie. It's Castle of something. Castle. No, nah. Shut up. Shut up, man. Making us look bad, man. No, I watched Lupin the Third recently, and I watched My Hero. One of y'all recommended it last week, and so I went and checked it out. It's like the one where the kid he goes to a school where people are he's in class for mostly heroes, where he doesn't have any superpowers. I'm assuming he doesn't have any powers yet, and that's where it's going. But I forget the name of the anime. But I just started watching that.
I forgot about
yes, My Hero Academia. Yes, I watched that. And
no, not about that last week, I think.
No, Garage, he got it right. Castle Cagliostro. Yes, that's the one I was watching. Let's see. I appreciate your output to the questions. I had anxiety about being myself since heck I was 10, because I'm currently 18 now. Your answer takes a lot off my shoulders. Hey man, I'm happy to help, Clark, man. Good luck to you, brother. Thank you for checking out my. Hey man, look, you gave me a recommendation. I definitely wanted to check it out, man. I was watching it. I was kicking it with Steph. Steph was in town briefly, and so she came through and was checking it out. I do remember something else that I wanted to ask you if you watched. Did you watch? What's the joint called?
I hope you about to ask me about my favorite show in the world.
Well, What Is America?
No.
You didn't watch
Snowfall.
Oh, I haven't caught up on Snowfall yet. New season just started, right? Yes. So I'm gonna just, hey, if you have not watched What Is America,
What is that on?
yeah, that's on Showtime. But you know what you got. So you got it all. You got it all, baby. Yeah. So, but yeah, you need to watch that. That joint is What Is America? That's with Sacha Baron Cohen, the brother. Yes.
Oh, that's his latest prank. Oh, I've been hearing about that on the news. You gotta watch this other joint called The Art of the Prank. Okay. It's another dude who was before Sacha Baron Cohen that was doing the same thing. The dude is fucking ridiculous. If you think Sacha Baron Cohen is ridiculous, nah, this dude was like, he's still hated because of the shit that he did back in like the 70s and 80s.
Wow.
Like, reporters still don't fool with dude.
Yeah.
Because like, dude, you've got to see, like, he had this thing where he had cockroaches that were curing disease, and he was like going to get these cockroaches from some museum, and he had the reporters believing, like, yeah, all you got to do, I forgot what he was doing with the cockroaches, but all you had to do was do some of these huge cockroaches and they cure disease. Had the reporters reporting and everything. He's like, yeah, I was playing. Yeah, you got to see the art of the prank. So.
What Is America?
You watch that joint, I'm gonna watch What Is America. So I know that's gonna be funny.
For those of you who have not seen What Is America, if you have, man, watch it. Like the last scene of it, I'm not gonna spoil it for you. All I'm gonna say is he plays Israeli soldier who basically is campaigning in America. This idea that's from his country, which obviously he's pretending. But the idea is that instead of arming teachers, we should be arming students as young as from ages 3 to 16. And he basically goes to gun advocates, pitching this to them in government, pitching this to them, and just watch how it goes, bro.
Oh, I'm sure it's gonna be pathetic. I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, man. That joint,
like the way that this dude gets people to expose themselves. Yo, it's masterful, man. It is masterful.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely check out Ergo Proxy as well, man. Thanks for the recommendation. I haven't heard about that one. This is a great time transition. I know you're gonna talk about Snowfall in a second. BlurCon. If you're in the DMV area, this weekend will be the second annual BlurCon. Blur stands for Black Nerd, so I'm gonna be at the con this weekend performing with the homie Asher Roof, DJ A-Rock, plus the homie Mega Rand is performing. This is all Saturday night. Come through, it's gonna be a great time. You're gonna see some really dope cosplay. They also have some of the Dora Milaje from Black Panther, like the real women from Black Panther. Not all of them, at least 4 of them will be there. Taking pictures, signing autographs, along with a long list of other people who work in the comic book industry, the anime industry, and dope. And celebrating people of color who've been working in this industry and people who've been cosplaying in this industry for years, who are oftentimes overlooked because they don't look like what people typically associate nerds with, aka white. You know what I'm saying? So definitely check it out. It's a great event. Even though it's called BlurCon, they don't just celebrate like black nerds, they celebrate like all nerds of color, like basically like so many disenfranchised minorities and stuff come through and really do a great job. The best cosplay I saw last year, it was a dude who he was a Sikh, and he was dressed as Captain America. He had a turban that matched his whole Captain America uniform.
Oh wow.
It was dope, though. I'm getting goosebumps talking about it. Like, son, that was powerful imagery, huh? And but this is I can't see him walking into every setting and getting love for doing that. But people saw him, man. He was like a star, bro. And it was so dope to see him get so much love. And again, because it's called BlurCon, people think it's just black, but they're really showing love to all these different people.
If anything, was just black. You know, we love everybody, man.
Yeah, man.
When it's a black thing, it's always all kind of
people there. You know, as long as you cool and you don't fuck up like that,
right? Cool. Right. You be cool and you eat a couple ribs and you know, you with us.
Let's understand, we don't trust everybody to take us out.
right. And coleslaw. Take salad and coleslaw.
You know what I'm saying? You know, but it was super dope. And then they also celebrate people with physical disabilities as well. So they give like they show love, do special competitions for like former veterans, like people who have certain disabilities. So like one brother was dressed as Iron Man, but like because he's paralyzed from the waist down, instead of just legs or whatever, he has like a merman fin, right? And so they call him the Iron Merman. And he has this chair where he presses the button and it stands him up. So you can see like it's like half Iron Man costume and then like the Iron Man metal, but like it's a fin.
Oh,
bruh,
okay.
it was the sick young. Like this dude, he was getting so much love, man. It was so dope, man. So BlurCon's dope. It's just a great experience. It's unlike a lot of the cons I've been to. I mean, the love is similar. You see like that love and support, but it's just a great experience. So check it out if you're in the area. I'm sure you'll have a great time. BlurCon.com. Links in the description. Snowfall, son.
Snowfall. Now, as everybody that's if you are a continuous viewer of this show, you know I don't really watch a lot of TV. But when I do, it is meaningful and purposeful.
Right.
And that manifests itself in the wonderful show called Snowfall. It is a John Singleton show, and it is about the beginning of the crack era. And it is splendid. I love it. They are, man, it's on and popping already. Second season, first episode, they are getting it in. It's not a game. Watch it, man. It is an awesome show. It goes like it goes from the beginnings in Cali to the beginnings with the cartel. And it deals with the CIA. Oh man.
Right.
It is such an involved show. Like it does not miss like a beat. It does not miss a word of the story. Like it's great, man. If you haven't seen it, see it quickly right now.
Yeah.
Thursdays, 10 o'clock.
Yeah. Renegade Shinobi, that's super dope, man. I'm glad I made your night with that. Yeah, like it was super dope to see. Like I just thought that was such a creative idea for cosplay. For dude to represent his people and his culture, you know what I mean? But at the same time, participate. I watched, going back to, I was just answering this folks. Snowfall. Hey, I haven't watched the new season. Season 1 I saw, that shit was amazing. So I definitely plan on watching Snowfall.
See, that was this for man.
Episode 1 is crazy.
Dude, it's like it's all the way on, man. Like it's all the way on. First episode. Yeah, man. I
gotta catch it. I think we got everything from my list from Shop Talk.
I think so, yeah. Right. It's kind of I guess you could kind of compare it to Narcos.
Yeah. But black people.
Yeah.
I mean it's Latinos as well, but it's more focused on what's happening in the black community.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So but I can see, so just swap out some of the salsa music and just replace it with rap music. You know what I mean? And deeper hands. And more jewelry. You know what I'm saying? But same idea.
Ain't no Rick Ross cameo, but it is the story. It is about Rick Ross.
Right.
It's about that. It is about I'm pretty sure that the girl. I'm pretty sure that's Griselda Blanco. I'm pretty sure that's who that's supposed to be. But yeah, it's definitely the story of Rick Ross, though. That's for sure.
Yeah, man. Yo, I think we covered everything for Shop Talk. If you got any last minute questions, send them over. I did forget to point out one thing. Shout out to the homie Stephanie Gale. I mentioned Steph a few minutes ago. Her new single just dropped. The new single is called Violet Honeydew. Yes, so check that out. Look up her new single, Violet Honeydew. It's streaming everywhere. It's super dope. Her album's coming really soon. It's amazing.
Got somebody else in the building.
Hold up, Mrs. Robinson, how you doing? Okay, all right, how you doing, Mrs. Robinson? Okay, yeah, man. So definitely check out Steph's new record. The single is really dope. It's good vibes. You know what I'm saying? It's that grown and sexy. All of that stuff right there. You know what I'm saying? You might need to handle some things. You know what I mean? After you listen to it, like, I got to make a couple calls. Hold up. I got to make these calls real quick. But yeah, so check that out. It's super dope. Was it? If you give me a minute, I'll throw that link in there so you can check it on Bandcamp as well. Let's see. It said, well, have you ever heard of the anime called Watamote? Nah, I haven't heard of that one. Just a small anime about a high school girl with anxiety trying to get popular. I like it and can relate to it. Nah, I haven't seen that joint. So if I keep it 100, keep it 100 with you, Clark. Like, I'm a dude that likes a certain type of anime. So like, I don't really watch a lot of the more dramatic ones, unless they're like kind of, I guess if they're kind of chill enough where I can watch it with my daughter. Then sometimes I'll watch some of those. But most of the ones I watch are a little darker, a little more violent. I know, judge me.
I would say animes are animes if they're not violent.
No,
I be watching the regular show ones, the regular cartoon ones, and it's just weird. Like,
they got all types though.
I know. It's like I just like the violent.
Bro, I mean, look, anime you can get a whole series, like a little comedy series about a baseball team, right? You can get like the little school joints. If you like tentacle porn, you can get that. Yes. So when I tell you there is a vast selection of anime, it's kind of scary what type of anime you can get some days. You know what I mean? So but I know my lane. Like off top, if you tell me it's action based, right? I can deal with drama, but it gotta have like a little, cause I get sleepy easy. You know what I mean? And a lot of times when I'm watching stuff, I'm really like doing something else, and then I got something on in the background, and I'm like this, So that's how I watch a lot of these shows. I'm not just sitting around, zoned out. I'm usually working, but I got something on in the background. But one of my favorite joints that came out some years back was Eden of the East. I really like Eden of the East. I think you might dig that. Eden of the East is really dope as well. But that's it's not super old, but it didn't come out like recent, like some years back. But I really like that joint. I'll tell you about that when we get offline. But yeah. But no, I'm gonna look up that anime, Clark. I'm gonna see if it's something that it's a comedy. Okay. So I'm gonna see if it's something that I can watch with my daughter. You know what I mean? Because I'm always looking for anime that I can watch with her, and maybe she'll love it. You know what I mean? And then I can come back and thank you. So I appreciate the recommendations, y'all. If you want violence, definitely check out Wicked City. I've heard of Wicked City. I haven't seen it though. The joint is intense. Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? One of the first anime that I saw, I think, was like Ninja Scroll. And that joint just kind of like, that created the expectation for me. I'm like, oh, so let's get decapitated. First scene with all anime, this is what we're doing? And so you can't show somebody that type of stuff first and then try to like, okay, now watch this high school joint. Like, it don't work so well. You know what I mean? But yeah, there it is. I think it's wrap up time.
Yeah.
I think it's wrap up time. So hey man, thank y'all. I feel like it's been another great Sunday with y'all. I do want to also give y'all this quick link because the month of July is almost over, and I don't want it to end with y'all missing out on this. So listen, for those of you who have been looking to get some merch, whether it's vinyl of mine or something like that, cassettes, CDs, whatever. I have this sale going on where like it's half off and like I think as low as $5 off all the way to halfway off on my Bandcamp site. So here's the link for y'all. Definitely check it out. It's a great opportunity to save some money on merchandise. I think it's question time. That's what I was supposed to do. Questions so y'all can win something.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
So here we go. You got a chance right now to win some things. Win some vinyl. Get these vinyl joints, you know what I'm saying, off the free 99.
You're not getting that one.
You're not getting this one, you know what I'm saying, because this is his.
That's mine.
You know what I'm saying? But you got a chance to win my first, second, and fourth album on vinyl, autographed by me. And so I'm going to hit you with a question, right? And basically you have until you know what? I'll give you until tomorrow if no one is able to answer it while we're on here. So, got you. All right, so here we go. The question is this. All right, what group of friends who also were kind of gang affiliated, right? Who were also musicians, right? In the late 60s, in the early 70s who were directly involved and responsible for the truce that happened in the Bronx between the gangs that helped give birth to hip hop culture? There is your question. If you can give me the name of that group of guys who was also a music group, who were also gang affiliated, if you can give me the name of them, either in the chat or in the comment section, I will hit you with the vinyl.
Yes, Wu-Tang Clan, man. Wu-Tang Clan.
So, hey, so look. I see you African man. So I know you know about the Black Spades, but that's not the answer I was looking for. But he definitely was a part of that movement. But the folks I'm talking about, they put it this way: there was a movie that was done, a documentary that talks about the real thing that happened, and then there was an actual movie that most people know called Warriors, right? Which is loosely based off of a truce that really actually happened, right? To bring the gangs together in the Bronx. And so, but the folks I'm talking about, it's not African Bambaataa though, you know what I mean, or the Black Spades, but they were part of that truce as well. So you're heading in the right direction, all right? Let's see, he said Renegade got it. Nah, that wasn't the answer. That wasn't the answer. And look, I'll give you a hint. The name of them actually has, it's 2 words as well, right? It's 2 words as well. He said, something Kings, I know what you're talking about. So what you're talking about is the name of the documentary film that's about it. So you got one of the words right for the name of the documentary film, but that's not the name of the guy. So I'm gonna give y'all like another minute before we go ahead and close this out, and then you guys just gonna have to try to answer it in the comments. But yeah, but you're close. You're definitely headed in the right direction. You know, I ain't gonna sit up there and give you any more hits, because then it's just gonna be a Google search for you. So you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so do some homework though. See if you can figure that out. I'm gonna give y'all at least another day or 2 or whatever to see if anybody get it in the comments. If not, I'll just tell y'all next week. I'm gonna tell Sherm when the camera goes.
Yeah, I'm about to find out right now.
Yeah, because I'll tell you what movie to watch too. Get a little bit on it. Plus, besides the movie, there's a great book you can read as well called Can't Stop, Won't Stop, which is a great history of hip hop culture. I just recommend to read for everybody, man. Like, so you can really learn what gave birth to this. It's really thorough, and Kool Herc does the forward in the book. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's really dope. So anyway, we gotta go, man. We got families, we got responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? They all wild. Yes, it is. Whoa, we got started late. Yeah. So look, sorry we got started late. As I mentioned before, I was coming from out of town. I got here late. It was crazy weather and all of that. And then plus, you know, human beings have to eat. And I hadn't eaten since breakfast time. So, hey man, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Sherm, you got anything you want to close out with?
Listen to The Mind. It's a great album.
Word.
One word, The Mind.
Alright.
Yeah. I forgot the title and all that, and I'm about to look it up because we're about to go.
Right. But definitely check all that out. Love the hip hop lesson. They said, well, no vinyl for us right now. Peace and love to you too. Hey man, I'm gonna still give y'all a chance. Like I said, you got I give you 1 to 2 days to figure it out. You can drop it in the comment. I'll contact you. Get your information.
No. Ain't nobody get no vinyl.
I got faith in y'all.
Ain't nobody get no vinyl.
Hey man, you can't give away $75 worth of stuff and make it super easy.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why I was like, damn, you gonna like you threw that out there, like you just gonna come up with a hard question off the top. That's pretty hey man, nerd shit real good.
Hey, man, they paid me to speak at colleges and high schools to teach people about this stuff.
My shit would have been something simple like you'd been mad. Right. $75 down the drain. What does KRS-One stand for? Stumped you. You're done.
It's never gonna be that easy. Hey, so look, I'm gonna show you how bad I am. I walked up into a Dilla tribute in Baltimore, and these dudes was like, they were like asking questions to the crowd, and they was like, what's the most popular song that Dilla produced for the Far Side? I'm just like, come on, bro. That's the best y'all can do for Dilla trivia? I shut them down. I was like, hey man, look, can I do the question? And they basically was like, yeah. My first question for them for the Dilla trivia joint, I was like, how many of the 31 beats on Donuts were produced in the hospital by Jay Dilla?
See, that's what.
Hey, crickets. But again,
I'm not like, this ain't even a real question.
Yeah,
he lying.
Hey, I talked to Dilla mom personally, and that story was sold when I read about it, and I found out. So for the answer for that is 29. He made 29 of the 31 beats from Donuts in the hospital. So when you meet those people who sometimes hear Donuts and is like they're unimpressed, I'm like, man, don't get it twisted. Dilla's one of the best who ever done it. So you can find some better Dilla beats.
Yeah.
But when you understand that this dude literally had them bring his equipment, small pieces of equipment, even a turntable, to his hospital room, right? And was producing beats until his hands would swell so bad that he had to stop. And his mom would rub his hands till the swelling would go back there, and he'd go right back to making beats. The doctors would come in the room to check on him, and this dude, while they running vitals and stuff, would literally be playing them beats. So like, yeah, like when I say Dilla's one of my favorites, you know what I mean? Like, yo, the stories you hear about this dude, you know, it's crazy. Like, another question I hit close, like, true or false? Like, did Dilla actually take apart a tape cassette to make the beat play slower? And like people were like, that's bullshit. Like, that's a real story, dog. Like, he actually took a tape deck apart and adjusted some stuff internally, put it back together so that he could make his beats play slower in the joint and record it that way. Wow. Because he didn't have the proper equipment to do it at the time. So yeah, so I'm like super, yeah, man. Like I'm not like that about everything and everything related to hip hop, but like there's certain things that when I love it, I go all in.
Whoa, what in the hell?
He said, check out the cast, come fly with me, all female Dilla produced project. Whoa, the fuck? Hey man, deep cuts, Renegade. Hey, Renegade. Thank you, sir, because I never knew about that joint.
Production. Oh, it's from '96.
Wow. Hey, you just hit me with a gem. Yeah, I ain't know about that.
Wow.
Hey, good looking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, we can hang. I like that. You know what I'm saying? Yo, on that note, we gotta go for real. There's links in the description. Check out those links. There's links to the my upcoming my album that's out right now in the garden. Links to the upcoming show at BlurredCom. You can follow this brother online. All his Twitter information, his IG information is in there. So is mine. And that's it, man. Yeah. Look, music stop. I think it's time.
Yeah, it's on the last track.
So this is when I bum rush.
What happened to Peace?
Peace. See y'all next week, man. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do that. Don't be a bound. Make sure you subscribe, son. Peace.